Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got an Ioniq 5. Um, Customer complained about these all warning lights here. Check driver assistant. Attention warning. What else we have here? My steering wheel is so hard to move. Blind spot, right? Um, Let me just start it. Okay, so we got blind spot, driver attention warning, lane keep assist, and the power steering. So um we already checked this car, and what happened was when they check all the steering module and everything, didn't find anything. Plug back in and everything starts working. Test drove the vehicle, everything was working fine, and customer pick up and it came back right away because it's the same thing happening. So right now, um scanning for codes. You got ECU fail safe relay fail, BSM2, I think that's vehicle stability management there, error in front camera. But what I can notice is I got this dash cam here installed, and I think if I can remove this cover here. Okay, so that's why I don't like tapping in anything unless you go on a power supply. This guy was, if this is straight to our somewhere, that's good because we don't have to worry about any connection there. What I'm worried is they tap into a signal wire or a front camera. So I think I can feel the wire is going through here. So okay, so it's plugged into our power socket there. So that's good. At least I don't have to worry about that affecting the signal, no, or system. Okay, so we have one more module to scan, and that should be it. Okay, let's go history. Can signal navigation, front camera, motor current fell, current over. So I think what we're gonna do is, let me just take a capture on that one, save. I'm gonna go to our EPS module, go to DTC EPS, and let's see when that problem occurs. Maybe we can try to duplicate it and what's going on. Okay, that's good. That's freeze frame there. That's supported. Yeah. No, supported. Let's go back to history. This guy. No. Nothing. DTC. We're gonna go to ABS. Well, I'm just gonna double check if we got some freeze frame there. No freeze frame. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear all the codes, because last time the other mechanic said when he clear all the codes, the code will come back right away. So I'm gonna clear all those codes since we already got a capture. And as you can see there, well, I think this is ignition on. Yeah, this is ignition on, right? Okay, ignition on. Okay, good. I thought the problem came gone. So that's good. So ignition on. I just wanna see. So we don't have the power steering there. Battery light on there. Immobilizer. But once I start the vehicle, oh, we got this during starting, because if it's just during ignition on, I should get those stuff. I'm thinking now we could have a power issue in this guy. Yeah, so let's wait. I'm gonna clear all the codes and see if, what I call that, if what codes will come back right away. Yeah, we'll see from there. Okay, so I clear all our codes. We go to our power steering. Let's see our data there and what's going on, because I just noticed it, the way I said earlier, that ignition on, that power steering doesn't come on, or that those warning lights, because if there's something going on, it should even the ignition on. I noticed that when I go and vehicle starting, that's the time it will do something on the cluster, those lane keep assist. So now we're just gonna be monitoring our battery voltage, ignition voltage, and this is their engine status stop. So I'm gonna go start this vehicle. Okay. See temperature 0, and our battery voltage on our EPS is at 14.7, 14.5. I think that should be a good sign there. Motor current, as you can see there, you see my steering angle, right? Column torque, column velocity. It's all registering numbers there, the degrees. But my motor current as 0, right? And if I'm gonna scan this again, we found that there was a relay fault or something like that. Okay, so ECU fail safe relay. Okay, and motor current fail over current over. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna read those codes. Let's see if we get some clues on how that computer thinks on how it fails, and then we'll do some testing. Okay, so I just want check our service information. So I just check here, ignition on, same thing. We don't have motor current there. And basically what it says in our service information, that the motor, and then we got that relay code. That relay is inside the motor, and it's just saying that the current sensor, which is inside the motor, is not matching for any values on any other sensor. So I checked our wiring diagram, nothing help at all in there, because I think it just needs power, ground, and communication. So let's go back to our service information and let's see. First, we're gonna go to our C241396, motor current fail, current over, DTC information. It says compare the measured current to the calculated one. It says here the difference between the three-phase current and the current detected by the sensor inside the control module is out of reference range, and the possible causes is the faulty motor or the faulty ECU current sensor. So what it's saying here is, in my understanding, is there's already a predetermined current. When you turn it, it's already programmed to the computer, and there's a current sensor that's monitoring that, and they're not matching. So that's why we got that code. And for our other code, C17T401, that's gonna be the fail-safe relay. So it said when the relay does not work after EC internal wire harness inspection with the ignition switch on. So check the relay status, turn on the ignition switch, the relay was not connected, faulty relay, it's inside the MDPS. So if we can go to our wiring diagram, this is all you got right now. So you got 100 amp fuse to the multi-fuse going to your MDPS unit, and then there's gonna be another wire, I think that's for the computer side. That's gonna be 10 amp fuse, you got ground, and you have communication. So there's nothing else we can do on this one. I think what I'm gonna do is just check power here, power there, we have good ground, we have good communication. If everything checks out, I guess I'm gonna call a new rack on this one. Yeah, and I checked for bulletins or anything. There's no related article for this problem. I think this is a new problem for this Ioniq 5 here, and this is my first time to see that. So yeah, we're gonna lift off the vehicle and we'll do some testing before we call this MTPS unit. Okay, so I got my test light. Let's just do check our basics. One fuse here, that's our 100 amp fuse for the MDPS. That's the guy there. And we got 10 amp fuse for the, I think that's for the computer. So this side has power, meaning we got good connection there, or the fuse is good. Let me do ignition on first. And then we'll check this fuse here, the 10 amp. There's power there, there's power there. Okay, so now we're gonna lift up this vehicle, remove the undercover, and let's locate that motor. Okay, so we remove our undercover. I can't remove this fully because my positioning of my hoist there, it's blocking the trim piece. So we got these two connectors here, right? I believe there's one here, big connector, and there's some wires there, and this guy, I have to see what's going on this one because I just only see a connector on the wiring diagram. So let me double check. Okay, so even though in the wiring diagram doesn't show what connector is this, I think this guy is connected in here on our joint there. I think that's our steering column. Not steering column, that's our steering angle. So we can just double check this guy here and see what's going on. But there's no information at all on this guy. How many pins is there? So we got a bunch of pins there. So I think this is just for computer stuff in there. But there's no designated pin out on this one, so I think we'll not check this guy. We're gonna be checking this big connector here, which is our power and communication. So I'm gonna remove this guy, check our pin fitment, our female side looks like good. So this is the big wires here, and this one is, I guess, one power and the communication line. So there's no other testing on this one, it's just to check for power and ground. So let me grab my test light bulb and let's see what's going on here. Alright guys, so our steering rack came in for this Ioniq 5. That's our old one there. I put in our new one. I didn't do the whole process of removal because there's a lot of work to do. As you can see there, remove our stabilizer link. We have to remove the whole subframe on this. As you can see, our water pump, the other water pump is removed because it's attached to this guy here. Okay. And also we got mounts for the motor, the front here, and there's one at the rear that's gonna be like awkward there. You just have to squeeze in there. Yeah, just have to remove all the connections attached to the subframe.
And there's gonna be another mount there on our side for motor. The service manual is asking you to remove this, but what I did, I removed this 3 base bolts there for a mount. Okay, so as you can see there's an support for a motor because the mount is not attached to the frame of the car. It's attached to the subframe, so that's why you're gonna put a support on it in order to remove the whole subframe, because you have to remove the subframe to remove the steering rack. So I'm gonna put everything back together, and then we're gonna go back inside the car. I'm gonna do an alignment, but before that we're gonna go inside the car and check our data and make sure that everything is good. Okay, so we're on top right now. So this is where I use the hook when I support the whole motor. Yeah, I remove our cowl there because our bar, support bar, will be in there. And for your universal joint or the steering joint, connection will be on this side here. I know you guys can see there, right? So that one is pull up a little bit and turn, because this one is going up and down, and you just slide it in if removing this joint, if ever you want to do a steering column or a steering rack. In this case, steering rack. And then you just have to line up this hole, because this side here, you guys cannot see. Okay, that side there, that's where our bolt goes through. So I'm gonna put everything back together, and yeah, we'll see after. Alright guys, so I put everything back together except the compartment luggage there on the hood. So now we're just gonna check for calibration. So we're gonna go for a steering MDPS. Where's that guy? Okay. Power steering motor part replacement. I think we're gonna go MDPS tuning data. Let's see, because I just, before I did the job, I went check our service information, didn't say anything to do the backup of the data on the old ECU. Well, let's see if we can do this. Okay, so what do we need? Manual. We go to C2. So this is a 4-wheel drive option, 2 motors, front and rear. Okay, we'll just wait for 20 seconds there. And back on, press OK. Now we're gonna go for a
Please have a safe drive today.
we're gonna go to our ABS, go to our steering angle. Press OK. Front tire and steering wheel straight. Reset. Okay. So 10 seconds. Back on. Press OK.
Please have a safe drive today.
Okay. Now let's start this vehicle. Okay, it didn't pop up right away. Our warning lights there for I think what I think for a vehicle system management or stability or something like that. I'm gonna scan for codes. Let's just double check. Full code searching. We go to our MDPS, APS, ABS. Okay. History, yeah. Signal error and steering angle. That's good. So we're just gonna clear this code. Erase. Okay, that's good. So now what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go to our data, because last time when we have a fault, when we got the fault, our steering angle sensor was working normally, but our current that makes this or the steering wheel easy to turn was reading 0, even though we were turning the steering wheel, right? So now I'm just gonna click this and steering angle. Okay, I'm gonna graph that so that you can see the movement. So now I'm gonna turn the steering wheel. You can see there we got movement of our current, right? Which is very good. So now all I have to do now is do an alignment, and we're gonna go for a test drive. And if I have time, we're gonna disassemble that motor itself, because as per the service information, the code, it says the relay is inside that motor. So I'm very curious on how that looks like, and maybe you can learn something from there. So let me do the alignment on this one, and yeah, we're gonna go for a drive. Okay guys, so I'm driving the vehicle right now. So far so good. I don't have any warning lights there. My steering looks good. Well, feels good. Right? Yeah, after I did an alignment, steering wheel is straight. I don't think there's pulling. Yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know I didn't did the whole process because I was in rush on this repair, and I thought that it's just gonna be an easy one, you know, but there's so much components need to be removed, because it's my first time to do the steering rack replacement, especially on a 4-wheel drive or dual motors. So yeah, there's some, just if you guys gonna be doing this, especially if you're a dealer tech, or you know, just make sure all those what's attached to the subframe, the hoses and everything, make sure that you know you take it off, because they're all plastic. If you just force it down, the whole subframe, the plastic will break. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thanks again for watching. See you next time. Alright guys, so this is our computer for power steering, the Ioniq. So I tried to remove this. I was looking for the relay because I want to see, but I can see here on these two sides here there's 2 coils, but I can't find the relay or the switching side, right? So that's why there's no other test, because this is all like this, like that. We just have the pins there that we need to test, and the rest are all sealed, right? And yeah, so that's it.